What if Elon Musk wasn't Elon Musk? Obviously, it's kind of a trick question, but last week we had something happen that puts that in perspective and lets me and maybe you guys kind of get a pretty good answer about what if Elon Musk is getting kind of preferential treatment in the industry because of being the genius that he is, right? And you know, as you probably know, one of the biggest executives who was heading the Renault Mitsubishi Nissan alliance went to jail and got kicked out of the board. And for what it looks like, something very similar what Elon did in general on a global scale. So let me tell you what it is, and let me tell you if Elon is definitely up there compared to pretty much everybody else in the industry. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric! Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news, and it doesn't get any unbiased than this, really. And I know some of you may complain that, oh, I'm a Elon Musk hater and everything. Actually, this is more of like, you know, a segment dedicated to his genius and to his to him, really, because this is in the light of something that happened this week. And his name is Carlos Ghosn, and here's his picture. He was the chairman and the CEO of the Renault Nissan Mitsubishi alliance. He was responsible for a lot of actually electric car projects, including Nissan Leaf projects. He was responsible for putting Renault and Nissan together, kind of a matchmaker. Pretty powerful guy. And what happened was he ended up getting caught for two things. One is under-reporting his income, and therefore paying less taxes than he should. And secondly, personal use of company assets and property, I guess. And this is the closest that I think that has happened in the last few years. Obviously, Dieselgate is, aside, where an executive did something inappropriate, right? And I can equate that to what happened with Elon Musk and his investigation and the agreement with SEC, which essentially led to him being ordered to leave his post as a chairman and having Robin Denholm to come in as an independent chairman, which I believe and a lot of people believe is the right decision. And it is a relatively similar story. Let me know if you disagree, but as far as in just generally global and in a bigger picture, this is very similar. And obviously, the board wasn't going to vote Elon out. Nobody was really going to do that, and unless some outside force like SEC, which really actually happened, ended up kicking him out. Now he's still a CEO, obviously, and it's all settled. But just as an example, here's what happens to everybody else. All right, so this guy's Carlos Ghosn, right? A very powerful guy, very well respected, and it looks like he did, which again, no excuse, absolutely unacceptable. But quite a few things, especially rich folks over there, do, right? And now I don't remember which country he got arrested, but that's like, it depends on laws in different countries. I'm not sure if he would have gotten arrested here in the United States for that, though there is tax evasion. But nevertheless, but who called for him getting kicked out of the board of directors is actually this guy. This is Hiroto Saikawa, and he is the CEO of Nissan. And it was him who proposed to take a vote on taking Carlos Ghosn out as a chairman and basically kind of clearing him out of the entire organization. And this is why this works this way in the real world. So let me tell you why it is good, and let me tell you why it happened this way. Of course, before that, just want to remind you that this show and this channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. They now got their Black Friday sales going on, and even if you're watching this after the whole a shopping extravaganza, there is a discount code in the description of this video, so you can save yourselves a few bucks when you shop there. All right, so back to this Renault Nissan Mitsubishi boss. The way the board of directors are supposed to work, it's checks and balances on the CEO and other executives, and also the other way around. Obviously, in this case, it was the CEO of Nissan, to propose, and the board voted. By the way, that board is obviously an independent thinking board, and I said, yes, we can have that here, and we will be fine losing this guy as important as he's been to us, because this is just the right thing to do. We want to stand for this, certain, corporate values and so forth. But that wasn't the story with Elon, and I think it ever would never be, because he's Elon Musk, right? The Tesla board wasn't gonna vote him out because of all this accusations and a prosecution that SEC went through. And I went through the entire thing. I think a lot of them were correct. I mean, if anything, I don't care how much you love Elon Musk, that an executive, like a CEO of a public traded company, cannot make announcements that may change the price of the stock during the trading hours without notifying NASDAQ, right? Or wherever the stock is listed at. And that itself is, there's no way you can disagree. It was a violation. Is it big enough to get kicked out of the board? No, but there were other ones, and this is and by the way, obviously Elon can come back in 3 years if he wants to still be the chairman of the board. Let's see how it goes without him. I think it's fine, but I'm just trying to tell you this, how big of a rope Elon Musk really gets from the entire industry and from a lot of fans. Like when I did videos about criticizing him for that, and just even doing a story. Like sometimes I'll be like, hey guys, this is the facts about what happened with SEC. And people would still thumbs down, unsubscribe. And I'm like, I'm just reporting on what's happening. How are you guys unhappy with me on this? I'm just a messenger. So my point is that, the business community, obviously the stock is back up, and obviously the fan community is giving him way more obviously leeway than really any other executives out there. And obviously not most companies don't have a star CEO or an executive. This guy has been very, I'm talking about Carlos Ghosn. He's been pretty respected everywhere, and yet he's out. He's out, and literally he's in jail. I don't know, he's got bailed out, but yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, well, I'm actually would like to know what you guys think. Go ahead and put that in the comment section. Tell me if you agree that Elon gets special, preferential treatment, and tell me if it's good or not. Because I can argue both ways here, but I'm actually gonna leave it up to you guys. Looking forward to that. Other than that, I will keep you updated on this story. Remember to stay charged.